So joining me now to discuss the impact is Jake DeWitt, the CEO of Oklo. I just want to know how feasible it is and how long it will be before we start seeing nuclear power type reactors floating around in space or sitting there on the moon.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me. Very feasible because we've actually already done it in the U.S. before, and the former Soviet Union had done it several times. In fact, actually, we do work with nuclear power to enable everything that we do that's cool in space, right? The Mars rovers, even the Voyager probes that have now gone beyond the solar system are actually powered by nuclear systems. So it's not just doable, it's been done. And we're entering a new phase where we're going to unlock this. And I'm extraordinarily excited.
How exactly does a company like Oklo figure into that? What exactly do you have to do differently, or how exactly do you have to maybe adjust some of the ways that you conduct your own business to accommodate some of these types of plans that have space ambitions?
Yeah, well, we sit at a really interesting intersection. You think about, why is nuclear important in space? You need power, right? That's the key thing that unlocks all the stuff we want to do. I'm really excited about the plans to, set up a base on the moon, to go deeper into space as well. And you need nuclear to do that because you need reliable power. When you think about being on the moon, for example, we all know space is really cold, right? It's a vacuum. You need power to provide all the functions you need to survive as well as operate up there. And you need it to be reliable, especially when you look at the moon, where in some of these cases, like a lunar night is as long as 14 Earth days and can get incredibly cold, like below 300 degrees Fahrenheit, depending on some locations you're at. So you need that power source. And reactors do some of that, but also, really importantly, these things called radioisotope thermal generators do that. And they use these isotopes to make heat that are always there. So you have a continual source of heat, which is therefore energy, and that's critically enabling. For Oklo, right, being in the advanced reactor space means we're doing a lot more than just that. It's the reactors. It's also fabrication of parts that are supportive of applications that can be used in space. It's also fuel fabrication. And it's also production of these isotopes. That's one of the big things we've seen a big opportunity on. In fact, we're actually taking a reactor critical that can make some of these isotopes in a few months, which is really exciting. But the key thing is you start to unlock the challenges here by making these materials and components available. And the resurgence in nuclear domestically, commercially for terrestrial purposes, is opening up that supply chain capability to support these kind of space operations.
Now, the news flow and the conversation has drifted a little bit more towards this power in space type dynamic we're talking about. But that comes after there's been a lot of conversation because of SpaceX about data centers in space. We know that data centers and the idea of power generation are closely linked right now. So let's talk about space first. What exactly is the time frame that you think it will take before we see this combination of data centers and nuclear power in space?
Oh, man, that was an interesting one. Well, I think NASA set a bold goal. The White House set a bold goal. Let's get nuclear in space in 2028. That's completely doable, I think, because we've changed the pace at which nuclear can be done, right? Just as one example, I mean, we'll have built a nuclear reactor in like 10 months, right, in total, from time you break ground to turn it on. So we're changing the cadence and pace. Again, the science, the materials, the technology is known. It's about unleashing, engineering, manufacturing capabilities, supply chain capabilities, and, of course, the capital's there to support that. So it's a pretty dang cool place to be operating on that front. In terms of then, the focus is going to be on providing power that can actually help support operations on the moon. To run data centers and all that, that's interesting. I think terrestrially it makes a lot more sense because you can put more power out much more quickly. But that's something that you could be running small scale compute as soon as you have these facilities actually producing power up there. But then broadening that scale, that starts to span more into the early 2030s. But I think what we're really excited about is bringing that infrastructure, that power infrastructure, to be able to be actually to provide power and heat for supporting lunar operations and beyond.